listen, I need to talk about this at the top of the show. This is
fucking do it. Let's fucking do it.
This is important stuff. Okay.
Okay. I'll take your word for it until I hear it, and then I'll judge you based on that.
And you know, this is a show where everything is video games, as previously stated, and this is also video games. Okay, Vin Diesel and The Rock. Okay, they've been beefing for years. Okay,
Yeah.
a few years ago, like I think it was like during Fast and Furious 7, there was some beef, and then during Fast 8. Or what was it called? Fate of the Furious?
Fate, yeah.
It came out that they were not willing to film any scenes together. So every scene with them in it were shot separately.
Right.
And The Rock, you know, and The Rock was not in Fast and Furious 9. He was not in it.
No.
And The Rock has stated, you know, he did Hobbs and Shaw instead. He got his own franchise. And The Rock has come out and been like, I just don't want to work with Vin Diesel. I just don't like the guy. I can't stand him. But then there's been some weird shit. Like, you know, The Rock has been like, hey, I'm happy Christmas to you, Vin Diesel, over Twitter or whatever. And then like an interview comes out where The Rock is like, nah, fuck that guy. It's so confusing. But then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, it doesn't matter. Recently, Vin Diesel posted on Instagram, which I love that Vin Diesel's on Instagram. I love that he's an Instagram king. You know, he doesn't fuck with Twitter too much. He's on Instagram, and I love that about him.
That's the real one. You know, that's the real place to be.
It's
TikTok, Twitter, fuck that. Instagram.
Yeah, it's very cute.
It's a place for Vin Diesel, you know.
Yeah, it's a very Vin Diesel place.
Where like 80-year-old grandmas go to like post about their children and stuff like that.
It's funny because Instagram like used to be the young one, and now it's like that's where my mom posts. We're all on TikTok and Twitter now. But Vin Diesel on Instagram, he made this post. I'll read it. Okay. My little brother Dwayne. The time has come.
Good start.
The world awaits the finale of Fast 10. Your seatbelts. He didn't say your seatbelts.
He didn't say your seatbelts.
I threw that in there.
Okay.
As you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There is not a holiday that goes by that they and you don't send well wishes. But the time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago that I was going to fulfill my promise to Pablo. That's Paul Walker.
Is that really Paul Walker? He calls him Pablo.
Yeah, that's Paul Walker.
Oh God, was Paul Walker like touched wrong by Vin Diesel? Like, what was their like? Was this a hostile relationship between Paul Walker and Vin Diesel? And the only way to get out of it was for him to kill himself?
I don't know. I'm convinced that Vin Diesel and The Rock dated or something, because this is too fucking weird.
All right, continue.
Yeah, continuing on. I swore that we would reach and manifest the best Fast in the finale. That is 10. I say this out of love, but you must show up. Do not leave the franchise idle. You have a very important role to play. Hobbs can't be played by no other. That's a double negative.
He's a very bad sentence writer.
I mean, he's correct, but it is a double negative, and probably let's not.
You just don't need it. Yeah, you just don't need it.
I hope that you rise to the occasion and fulfill your destiny. I'm so confused.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's the whole
your
thing.
Destiny.
Yeah. I'm so confused by all of this. First of all, if this is real, okay, which it is real, like it's on his post, but if this beef is real, it's so fucking weird, man. Like it's the fact that like
it sounds like a toxic relationship, and like Vin Diesel is just like that toxic bitch who you're just like, dude, I'm over her, and she just keeps DMing you, and you're like, no, we're not friends anymore. I'm not accepting your friend request, and she's just like, hey, I see you're doing just fine out there in your life, and I just wanted to say don't be a stranger, and I'm sorry it was so shitty. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from Mr. Diesel.
Yeah, it's all very strange and weird. Now, here's the thing. The Rock, okay? The Rock was a WWE wrestler, okay?
And a WWF wrestler.
And yeah, he went all the way back to WWF. And this sounds like a fucking work. This sounds like a wrestling thing. Like they've been beefing it up for years. And I swear to God, it's going to come out one day. They're doing some Andy Kaufman shit on us. Like they're playing us hard. Because they're like, hey, listen, I'm going to go do Hobbs and Shaw. And so like, I'm not going to be in 9. And they probably planned that out. And he's like, what if we just like started building this beef now and I'll be back for 10. And like we just built it for years and years. But the other weird thing in here, but if this is real, bringing up fucking Paul Walker, that's super weird and cringy, dude. Like that's really not okay. Like
no,
it's really not cool. I understand he's your friend, but like that's, I don't know.
Are they really friends though?
I'm sure they were.
Were they friends? Like
sure,
real
sure.
friends? This makes me think that they weren't actually friends and he was held against his will.
Yeah.
Like that kind, like you make friends with the school shooter because, you know.
Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. The way he says, as you know, my children refer to you as Uncle Dwayne in my house. It's just like, and you still reach out and still, why was he so close to your kids? I'm convinced, dude. They dated. They must have.
They fucked. They at least had to have fucked. And now it's weird. Have.
But and like the fact that they did like, they obviously did like Christmases together. If he like knew his kids and stuff.
Unless Vin Diesel's just making all this shit up. And Dwayne's just like, I never did that. I've never sent a Thanksgiving card or a Christmas card to these people.
Well, no, I believe it because Dwayne has posted like on Twitter, like happy. I think one of his kids got married or something and was like, I'm happy for them or whatever. I forget exactly what it was. Maybe his kids are too young for that. I don't remember exactly what it was. But Dwayne has expressed like love towards his kids and stuff on Twitter before. Okay. So it's all very strange. But the other possibility is that Dwayne isn't coming back. Vin Diesel knows this. Vin Diesel knows that everyone thinks it's his fault. You know, because Dwayne is the biggest Hollywood star in the world.
Right.
So everyone's going to take Dwayne's side. So he's like, what if I make this post that's like, I'm pleading for him to come back. And then he doesn't come back and he's like,
and he's the bad guy.
I tried to get him back, but he refused.
Yeah, he refused. That son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could be. Yeah. That's a toxic. Mr. Johnson, do not go. Do not return. This, if you return, it's it's a toxic ass relationship. No matter how you cut it. No matter how you cut it.
I want a response
for sure.
I want to know what he has to say.
Or even if it's not even like directly to Vin Diesel, it's just like a tweet that's like, man, some people just don't get the hint.
Yeah. It's all too fun, man. I normally don't like beef, like celebrity beef, but this one's just too fun. It's just too stupid. And
you think Vin Diesel's got like some sort of dementia? Because I don't know, he just seems, I feel like he is a complete asshole. But he's like that asshole that thinks everybody loves him. That's kind of vibe I get from Vin Diesel. It's just like, hey, I'm going to be a complete dick to you. And also, we're still friends. Even if you say we're not friends. I want to force this friendship.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Vin Diesel, because famously he grew up as like sort of the awkward chubby kid, and then like he became like super buff because he wanted to like prove everyone wrong and stuff. I'm just convinced that Vin Diesel is just this big nerd and like doesn't understand social cues very well, and
he's
like
autistic.
Yeah, essentially that's what I'm saying without saying it.
Okay.
And
he's on the spectrum somewhere on the spectrum.
Yeah, I believe he's probably on the spectrum, and I bet
I can see it.
he comes off a little strong because he doesn't understand social cues very well, and that probably rubs The Rock wrong. You know,
you don't want to rub The Rock wrong.
That's true. You got to rub him just right.
Just right.
I don't know. I would love if one day they're just like, yeah, we were just playing the whole time. Like, we've been friends this entire time. Like,
that would be good.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, it was a fake beef. We just had to keep it up, and they like went way out of their way to like fucking like they would disguise themselves to go over to each other's houses to play Xbox or whatever. Yeah. That'd be pretty great. How do you disguise The Rock though?
That's like famously Andy Kaufman got in this beef with this wrestler named Jerry the King Lawler, and they went on the David Letterman show, and everyone thought it was real. Like, everyone thought they were like actually beefing. Andy Kaufman was a comedian, and he wasn't a wrestler, so everyone was like, what's going on here? And Jerry the King Lawler like just smacked him like super hard in the face, and like got escorted off the David Letterman show. And then it didn't come out till like after his death. Jerry the King Lawler was like, I was really broken up when he passed away. We were like really good friends, and like we got together all the time. Oh my gosh. It was all planned. Like, we were just messing with everyone. Yeah.
Unless that's a lie.
No. There were several people that, like, even David Letterman was like, yeah, we knew it was fake.
Wow. On the show. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
hilarious.
Like, maybe they're pulling an Andy Kaufman on us.
They could be.
Yeah. Anyway.